Hello, everyone. It's me, Hana. Yes, I wrote this Revelation, the fifth Gospel. Elizabeth Vieira Talbot. I read it 3 weeks ago, 1 and 2, and this one, third one. The contents here. So I have to read the rest of them. Oh, the Lamb is the Lion, redemption. Yeah, Revelation. The fifth. So I have this book because of the Kalimesa, their evangelism. So she was as an evangelist, and she gave this book. Yeah, and the unveiling of Jesus' revelation, the Lamb is the Alpha and Omega assurance, and third one, the Lamb is the Lion, redemption, and the Lamb is the Shepherd, provision. The Lamb is the victor, celebration. The Lamb is the bridegroom, faithfulness. The Lamb is the beginning and the end, restoration. So she just Villian is defeated, the controversy is ended, and guess what? Jesus wins. Yeah, she just study like this. And in the book of Revelation, the last chapter, in the story of redemption, God has thrown back the veil on a beautiful masterpiece, one that exceeds all our expectations and surpasses our wildest imaginings. It is portrait of His immeasurable love, a revelation of Christ as the victorious Lamb. Some chapters of human history and our daily lives get pretty scary. Perhaps you fear you can't take it anymore. You are too disheartened to continue, but don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Come to the last book of the Bible, the final chapter in the story of salvation, and discover for yourself that Jesus wins. Yeah, Elizabeth, thank you. I'm reading your books here. And third one, if you want to, I don't know if you're gonna go there or not, but if you go to my channel, the Unveiling of Jesus Revelation introduction, and then first one, the Lamb is the Alpha and the Omega. The Lamb. Why Jesus is the Lamb symbolize the Lamb and Lion. So you go to the Lamb, and this one is the Lamb. The Lamb is the Lion. Same redemption. Yeah, as a king, but king saves the Lamb. Let's go to read redemption. We had spent her story. We had spent. It takes maybe 40 and 50 minutes. We had spent the whole day at the church, and this was the last meeting of the afternoon. My dad was preaching, and my mom was taking care of me, a 6-month-old baby at the time. My mother was nurturing mom, a favorable, and caring, but shy in public, and her usual role was to sit quiet in church next to me as I slept peacefully. However, everything suddenly changed unexpectedly. A strange man whom some members had seen around the church before came running into the sanctuary, heading straight for the place where my mom and I sat, snatched me. Wow. snatched me from the seat and took off before anybody realized what had happened, just like that. Yeah. But my mother, as quiet, soft, and shy as she usually was, at this moment turned into a whole different person. She started running after the kidnapper. The man kept running, and my mother after him. Finally, he got to his pickup truck, and my mother jumped into the truck on the passenger side. He said, "Come with me, and I will explain everything." But my mother did not need his invitation. She was determined to be where I was, no matter what. He drove like a madman, as if the world was on fire. Finally, they got to a building that my mother did not recognize. He got out of the truck and ran upstairs, holding me with my mother in tow. When he finally entered a well-furnished suit, my mother realized that this was a radio station. Here, the kidnapper was greeted by a radio announcer on air. "Congratulations!" Wow, so surprised. "Congratulations to the first person who brought to our station a baby under 12-month-old." Well, it turned out that this was a game that they often used to play on the radio back then, and the first person to show up with the requested object, in this case a baby under 1 year, won a pretty sizable prize. Today, we cannot even imagine such a game being played by any town's radio station, and with impunity at that. However, in those days, it obviously did not seem like such a big deal. The announcer went on, "And here is the baby's mother. We are giving her a supply of diapers and dry milk for a year." Wow, the surprise. But mom was really scared, and the church members and his husband, preacher, preaching at that time. So while all of this was happening, my dad was still preaching at the church, totally unaware of what was going on. While my father was leading worship at the church, my mother was being congratulated live on the air at the town's radio station. All of this happened just because instinctively, from the very beginning, my mother had made a covenant with me that she would take care of me. mm, she would take care of me no matter what, wherever, wherever I went. She would go. Whatever danger should threaten me, she would be my protector and my shield. Her self-sacrificing and nurturing spirit was not a weakness, but her greatest strength. Instead, such a response from a parent to a possible kidnapper is a perfect example of how the same person can be a lamb and a lion at the same time. In the book of Revelation, we find that the lamb that was slain submitted himself to the cross and thus obtained the power and strength of the Lion of Judah. Revelation 5:5-6. Wow. So I can compare with the lamb and lion. Yeah, 5:5-6. Revelation 5:5-6. Yeah, so we can understand it. Revelation 5:5. Yeah. Yes. 5:5-6. But one of the elders said to me, "Do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribes of Judah, the root of David, has veiled to open the scroll and to loose its seven seals. 6. And I looked, and behold, in the midst of the throne and of the four living creatures, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as though it had been slain, having seven horns and seven eyes, which are the seven spirits of God sent out into all the earth. Yeah, open the because of the has prepared to open the scroll and to loose its seven seals. Yeah, let's go on. The open door. After these things I looked, and behold, a door standing open in heaven. Revelation 4:1. Emphasis added, juxtapose. So, juxtaposed with the previous section where Jesus is knocking at the doors, inviting us to open them so that he may come in and dine with us. Revelation 3:20. This scene begins with an open door in heaven. I absolutely love this reminder that the door is always open from heaven's side. What an incredible truth to understand. Because of Jesus' death, the way to the throne of heaven is open. Hebrews 10:19-20. Though this open door, John beholds an indescribable scene of the throne and the one sitting on the throne. Revelation 4:2, that is filled with covenantal reminders and descriptions that surpass human understanding. And he who was sitting was like a jasper stone and sardius in appearance, and there was a rainbow around the throne like an emerald in appearance. Verse 3. What follows is one of the most flamboyant worship scenes, flamboyant worship scenes narrated in the scriptures with many voices, 24 elders and living creatures with the threefold praise. Excuse me. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, the Almighty, who was and who is to come. Verse 8. Compare Isaiah 6, chapter 3, verse 3, Revelation 1, chapter 1, 4. Excuse me. Sorry. Already. The sun is rising and getting down. So the west side house is good. Sometimes it's hot, but the curtain just protect the heart. And if just almost going down, the light like this here, so brilliant. So I sit on here, though the far from the computer, the speaker will be because I'm energy down, but I'm trying to read anyway. Because of the beautiful scene, you see here. So big trouble. Yeah. Here, the whole description takes my breath away. And I wish I could join in, casting my crown before the throne. Revelation 4:10. I want to sing and shout, ooh, with everyone else encircling the throne. Just waiting this paragraph makes my heart jump and leap with mega joy. I have to do the woohoo like this, but the energy down, and then so that's why I'm controlled my body. And the The conclusion of Revelation 4 is an exuberant, exuberant, exuberant praise, exuberant praise to God, declaring Him worthy to receive glory for being the creator of all things. Worthy are you, our Lord and our God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and because of your will they existed and were created. Verse 11. Everything is wonderful. The creator is being worshipped and everything should be okay, right? Where it should, except that the earth rebelled against the Creator back in the beginning of the biblical story, Genesis 3, and therefore the scene drastically changes, introducing the pivotal notion that we are in big trouble. Pivotal notion that we are in big trouble. Big trouble. Have you ever received really bad news right in the midst of a big celebration? Everything changes instantly. The music stops, silence sets in, and everyone becomes quiet. Have you ever gone through your day feeling happy with a smile on your face, and then you get a phone call with lab results or a letter from a relative bearing bad news? Maybe you are in such a place right now. If so, please keep reading. In the next scene, John sees a scroll Babylus, containing so much information that it is recorded on both sides of the scroll. Revelation 5:1, the scroll is placed in the right hand of him who sat on the throne. Verse 1, picture of perfectly sealed scroll with seven seals placed on the open palm of the Creator God, containing the history and destiny of the earth and humanity. The suspense is growing. Previously, we were told that the first voice had invited John to come through the open door to behold what must take place. Revelation 4:1. But now the scroll that contains the history of the world is completely closed and sealed. What is happening? A mighty voice is heard challenging all of creation to find someone worthy to open the scroll that will reveal the destiny of the human race. Revelation 5:2. And then the bad news. And no one in heaven or on the earth or under the earth was able to open the book or to into it. Look into it. Verse 3, for a threefold description of the whole universe, see Philippians 2:10 and Exodus 24. No, 24, verse 4. No one is worthy to even look at the scroll that contains the whole story. We are in trouble. Yes, we are in big trouble. Is the villain? It's hard to pronounce. Villain, bad guys. Winning? Have all of the plans and purpose of the Creator failed? Are we, His creatures, doomed? Are we going to die by the kidnapper's hand? Has the Creator lost the control of His beloved children? Did someone come running and snatch them out of His hands while He was sitting on the throne? If you ever felt absolutely and utterly helpless and hopeless, you will understand John's response. He starts weeping and weeping bitterly. Yeah, so weeping and weeping bitterly in total hopelessness. Revelation 5:4. And there is nothing like the darkness of the final word, like a tunnel without a light at the end of it. Tunnel without light at the end of it. There are end tunnel has, but I thank God that for the Christian there is always something more, something better than what the situation appears to be, something that follows the bitter weeping and the dark night. But wait, there is one. As I said before, for the believer in Jesus, there is always more than what the reality appears to be. One of the elders can hardly wait to encourage John, saying, "Do not weep, do not weep." Yes, because he has some incredible and amazing good news to announce. And with a powerful behold, behold here, power, behold here. Can I open the behold the light here? So like this. Yeah, one more here. Though it's hot, there are light. Yes, so beautiful, huh? I'm just moving here and there because of the curtain. So anyway, yes, I can correct my fault. Oh, yeah, here. Behold, he introduced the greatest. He introduced the greatest news human ears and ever heard, as if saying, you are not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. This situation is not hopeless. No. There is one. Yes, there is one. At the triumphant Lion of Judah. That's why this lion, sometimes lamb is the lion. Can you believe that? Yeah, here. And this is how he said it. One of the said, yeah. There is one, the triumphant Lion of Judah, the root of David has overcome. And this is how he said it. One of the elders said to me, stop weeping. Behold the lion that is from the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has overcome so as to open the book and its seven seals. Verse 5. There is one. He is mighty and he is victorious, and he is triumphant, alluding to two prophetic messianic titles from the Jewish scriptures. The elder announces that this mighty lion is the promised one from the tribe of Judah. Genesis 49:9. The descendant of David, Isaiah 11:1 and 10, who has overcome and thus guarantees the future of humanity. Hope. We all need to know there is hope. And so does John. And when he turns to see the mighty Lion of Judah that the elder had described so eloquently, surprisingly, he sees a lamb. The lamb shows signs of having been slain, yet he is standing and very much alive. Yeah, he showed us his beautiful flowers through the on the earth. This is the witness of God, Maker, who created this world for us. Yes, he just come as a lion. Yes, he was a root of Judah, the tribe of Judah. So I always bring you the flowers, you know. Wow, so precious. We all need to know there is hope, 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 hope. We all need to know there is hope, and so does John when he turns to see the mighty Lion of Judah that the elder had described so eloquently, surprising me. He sees a lamb. The lamb shows signs of having been slain, yet he is standing and very much alive. There there is a part pattern in the book of Revelation. First John hears something, but when he turns to see it, he finds something totally different, which however explains what he had heard before. You can see examples of this pattern in Revelation 1, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13, and Revelation chapter 7, 4 and 9, where interestingly, the 144,000 turn out to be a great multitude that no one can count in this case. And when he turns to see the lion, because I'm just seeing it here. Only the here, I'm sorry. Yeah, the victory of the Lion of Judah has come through giving up his life as the sacrificial lamb. The fact that the lamb was slain made the triumph possible once for all. Before the lamb died, everything was hopeless on the created earth. But the sacrificial death of the lamb attained the protective and mighty strength of the lion. The Greek word used for lamb, arnion is used 29 times in the book of Revelation, and only one time elsewhere in the New Testament, John 21:15, which underscores the uniqueness of the language John uses in this last chapter of the world's history. Only the Lamb is worthy to be praised for redeeming the human race. The pivotal word in Revelation 5 is, yes, you guessed it, worthy. Who is worthy to reveal the destiny of humankind? Only the one who redeemed it. I love this word. Yes, perhaps I like it so much because it clarifies that none of us is worthy to be saved and that our salvation is only a gift from God. Yes, Romans chapter 6:23. The religious people were always trying to persuade Jesus to turn to those who they, the religious people mistakenly believed were worthy of his help. Luke chapter 7, 4 and 6. But there is only one who is worthy because of his sacrifice. Jesus is worthy to control this world. He guarantees salvation, and he will be praised and honor and honored and will be the focus of universal adoration for the redemption of the earth and the children of God who inhabit it. See Revelation 5, verse 9, 11, 12. A new song. So we have to praise a new song. Yes, when I was a little girl, the Elizabeth, I used to be obsessed with heaven. By the way, I still am. And one of the things I was curious about was the words of the songs people will be singing to Jesus in heaven. I needed to know because I didn't want to miss the opportunity to sing to him myself. I know that it sounds a little strange, but I wondered how people would know the words of totally new songs that they never would have sung before. You see, when the Lamb takes the scroll, a new song erupts in heaven. So many things are new in the book of Revelation, a new name, a new heaven, and a new earth, because God makes all things new. And lion, and to this awesome new revelation of Jesus, of what was accomplished by the Lion of Judah, through the Lamb's sacrificial death, the appropriate response is a new song, a, a majestic song of worship, flamboyant and startling, marvelous. A song that has ever been that has never been sung before, because the magnitude of his redemption has never been fully understood before they sang a new song, saying, "Worthy are you, take the book and to break its seals, for you were slain and purchased for God with your blood men from every tribe and tongue and people and nation. You have made them to be a kingdom and priests to our God, and they will reign upon the earth." Verse 9 and 10. I would love to write the whole book about this song. I am amazed at the details of the song, as the song answers all of the main questions about the lambs of worthiness, of everyone's praise, you honor, and worship forever. Forever, yes, yes, yes. And when did the Lamb come to be victorious? He became victorious when he died. What did the Lamb accomplish? He purchased humanity. How did he achieve it? He accomplished it through his blood. He paid a very high price. That's why he's worthy. Yes. Who did he redeem? Oh, I am so glad you asked. He purchased men from every tribe and tongue and people and nation. No group is excluded. For whom did he purchase them? For God, he reestablished the relationship purposed from creation, and he made them a kingdom and priests to our God. And by the way, they will reign on the earth. See the promise made to Israel in Exodus 9. Exodus. Oh, Expo, Ex, Exodus, yeah, Exodus 19:6, which is now a reality through redemption in Christ. So as I knew you were kind of heavenly kingdom, now. Why I felt special and excited as a little girl when I imagined this scene. Every time I read this chapter, I feel loved by God, appreciated, included, and I start getting a glimpse of how much Jesus gave up for me. Just a glimpse. When my mother started tracing the kidnapper, she displayed a remarkable love for me because I was worth so much to her, and she did not care even if she had to lose her own life for me. But Jesus' love for me surpassed that love by far, and he actually did give up his life for me. Thank you. Yes. And joining. What a celebration of worship. The elders, the living creatures, and the angels are just praising their hearts out. The focus of Revelation 4 is that God is worthy to be praised because he is the creator. He is our creator. Yes. And the focus the focus of Revelation 5 switches to the Lamb who is worthy to be praised because Revelation 5 switches to the Lamb who is worthy to be praised. To be praised because he is the Redeemer. They both have pur- purpose to redeem God's creation. At one point in the narrative, everyone joins in to praise the Creator and Redeemer. They both have purpose to redeem God's creation. At one point in the narrative, everyone joins in to praise the Creator and Redeemer. Every created thing which is in heaven and on the earth and under the earth and on the sea and all things in them, I heard saying, to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be blessing and honor and glory and dominion forever and ever. Revelation 5:13. Every creature, that includes you and me. I want to start singing and praising him already. I can't wait. Yeah, you can't wait. Let's join this flamboyant scene of worship. I just love it. Jesus is the lion and the lamb. Woohoo, yes, lion and the lamb. When your days are hard and you feel unworthy of salvation, remember the Lamb, the only worthy one. When your days are dark, the villain seems to be winning, and you need somebody to defend you, remember the strength and might of the Lion of Judah and start singing. Would you like to practice right now? Yeah, sing together. Write your name on the blank line of this sevenfold place. Yes. And then I said with a loud voice, worthy is the Lamb that was slain to receive power and riches and wisdom and might and honor and glory and blessing. Verse 12, author's paraphrase here. Yeah, there. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So I will read again because of the sun is setting down, going down, getting down. Yeah, anyone, either one. And just I will show the God's love for us, the flowers, and then the light from the sun. But actually, we have our God's light, righteous light. So you're gonna be happy, happy people, everybody. Happy day. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Bye. Next one is, where is the Revelation? The Lamb is scripture. Lamb is lion part, and the Lamb is the shepherd. Yeah, provision. Lamb is the shepherd. Yes. Bye.